Okay. Now see the next question. So next question is somewhat good question for mains level and other level. Now let me continue the question. So see the question. A uniform constant magnetic field is directed at an angle 45 degrees to the x-axis in xy plane, and PQRS is a rigid square wire frame carrying a steady current I0 with its center at the origin O. At t is equal to 0, the frame is at rest in the position as shown, with its side parallel to x and y axis. Each side of the frame is of mass m and length L. Okay, now question number 1. What is the torque about O acting on the frame due to magnetic field? And the second one, find the angle by which of the frame rotates under the action of this torque in a short interval of time delta t, and the axis about which this rotation occurs. Okay, read the problem twice and see they given a square frame, a rigid square frame. Each side is given. So let me draw the diagram here. See, this is the square frame. Each side of mass m is given, length L is given. So mass is given, length also given. O they mentioned as a center and it carries current I. This diagram is given. Okay, anti-clockwise current, and the magnetic field is applied in this direction. So the square frame is in xy plane. This is x-axis, y-axis. Okay, and the field is applied in this manner. They given 45 degrees. Okay. Here mass of each wire is m, length of each wire is L. Now the question is, due to this field, okay, due to this field, of course this coil, this square loop have magnetic dipole moment. We know how to find out the dipole moment of this loop. The loop is anyhow, it is in xy plane, current is in anti-clockwise. So the direction of the dipole moment is very clear. It is out of the board because it is in xy plane and anti-clockwise. So direction is very clear. It is m bar direction is k cap. So direction is clear. And magnetic dipole moment is IA. I is the current. Okay, the given current is I0. A, area of the loop. Okay, area of the loop is L square. Okay, because each side is L square. Now, see the magnetic field first. Magnetic field is B is equals to. So this is resolved into two components, Bx I cap, By j cap. So let me write it. Bx I cap, By j cap, and this can be written as Bx nothing but B cos theta, cos 45 I cap, By nothing but vertical component. Resolve this B into two components. Okay, so let us suppose this is something B0. So B0 cos 45, B0 sin 45 j cap. So cos 45 sin 45 1 by root 2. Let me write B0 by root 2 I cap plus j cap. So I got the magnetic field. So I got B0 by root 2 I cap plus j cap. And magnetic dipole moment nothing but I into A, and direction is clear k cap because the loop is in xy plane. So m bar, which is equivalent to I, so A nothing but L square k cap. So I got magnetic dipole moment, but they are asking torque about this point. Torque about this point. Due to that torque, this coil rotates. Okay, due to this torque acting at O, the coil sets into rotation. Okay, so I got m. Now let me find torque. Torque is nothing but m bar cross b bar. So tau we can write it as m nothing but I L square k cap cross b. So b naught by root 2 I cross I plus j. So do the cross product. Tau bar is equals to I L square b naught by root 2 k cross I. So again see now this is I j k. So k cross I is j. Okay, and k cross j is minus I. So this is the torque. We can find the magnitude of the torque also. Okay, and see, torque is clear, but they are asking in what direction, means at what angle this coil rotates. So they are asking the angle of rotation, nothing but theta. At what angle this will rotate? This coil rotates. Okay, because the magnetic field is applied in this direction. So due to this magnetic field, this coil rotates. Means at what angle it is going to rotate. Our target is to find out theta. So theta nothing but angular displacement indirectly. Okay, angle rotated by the square frame. And that theta we can write it as anyhow frame starts from rest. So theta means theta is equal to omega naught t plus half alpha t square. Omega naught is 0. Initially frame is at rest. So we can write theta is nothing but half alpha delta t square. But we don't know alpha value. Delta t keep as it is. Alpha. To get the alpha, let me use torque about O. Nothing but. So target is to find out theta. So to find alpha value, let me find out moment of inertia. See, because we know tau is equals to I alpha. Tau we got it. Okay, tau we got this one. And alpha, see, but we know tau is equals to I alpha. And this I, about this axis it is going to rotate. So let us suppose they given already. So this is P, this is Q, R, S. Okay. Now target is to find out tau is equal to I alpha, but we don't know the moment of inertia about this axis. So moment of inertia we need to find out about this axis. But due to symmetry, we know moment of inertia ISQ, IPR are equal due to symmetry. Okay. Due to symmetry, moment of inertia about this line are equal. But we don't know moment of inertia about O. So let me find I about O. Moment of inertia about O. So this is at a distance of what? L by 2. Moment of inertia I am finding. Moment of inertia because mass is at a distance of L by 2. And this is the, just use parallax theorem to get IO. Recall the parallax theorem. According to parallax theorem, moment of inertia passing through the plane lamina about an axis which is equals to moment of inertia of the plane lamina passing through center of mass and mass of the lamina square of the distance. I think you remember the formula. Moment of inertia. This can be possible by using parallax theorem. So ICM plus m into some r square formula to get moment of inertia about this point. Recall first year system of particles and rotatory motion. Then only we can continue the problem. So I about O we can write as this is m L square by 12 and this is m L by 2 square. So L by 2 whole square. So you will get m L square by 3. Okay, so ml square by 3 and C, yeah, this is ml square by 12, ml square by 4, 12, 4, 48, 16, 48, yeah, ml square by 3. But due to all the frame, I about O, complete frame, there are 4 times. Okay, let me multiply here only. So let me multiply due to the frame, there are 4 whites. Let me multiply 4 here only. Now, moment of inertia about O is 4 ml square by 3. Recall first year moment of inertia concept. 4 ml square by 3 is the moment of inertia about this point. Okay, and due to symmetry, we can write from perpendicular axis theorem. See, to find IO, I am using parallel axis theorem. To find SQ and PR, I am using perpendicular axis theorem. So I about SQ plus I about PR, which is equivalent to IO. IO is into the board. This is something x-axis, this is something y-axis, like that you feel. Because these two are perpendicular. One axis, x-axis, this is another axis, and IO is z-axis. So due to symmetry, these two are same. And this can be written as, let me write ISQ plus ISQ. Because due to symmetry, same distance, same length, same mass. So these two are equal. So I about O, we got it as 4ml square by 3. This is 2 times of I about SQ, which is equivalent to 4ml square by 3. Then moment of inertia about this line. Because torque is possible because of this, otherwise because of this. But these two have the same moment of inertia. So we can substitute ISQ or IPR. So that is not a problem. So 2 ml square by 3. So this I got moment of inertia. Therefore, use this formula. Tau is equals to I alpha which is equivalent to tau by I. So tau anyhow we got it as tau in vector form. See, if you take the magnitude, what is the tau here? So take the magnitude. Tau we can write it as, this is root 1 square plus 1 square, root 2 cancelled, I L square D naught Newton meter. So this can be written as I L square D naught. Moment of inertia about SQ is 2 by 3 ml square. So finally alpha I got it as alpha is equals to 3 L square cancel, 3 I naught, this is I naught, okay, 3 I naught B naught by 2m. So this is alpha. And the angle rotated by the coil theta is equal to half alpha delta t square. Theta is equal to 3 I naught B naught 2m delta t square, and finally theta is equals to 3 I naught B naught by 4m delta t square. So this is the answer for this question. So try to practice some twice at least. So finally I got 3 by 4 I naught B naught by 4m delta t square. Check it here, it is visible. Yeah. See, finding moment of inertia is important here. Just recall the moment of inertia concept. Here I calculated moment of inertia. About O I am using parallax theorem. Okay. And later on to find this I am using perpendicular axis theorem. Then I got the moment of inertia. So at this only there will be a torque. Okay. Torque I got it as I alpha, and finally angle rotated by the frame. In that time, I got as 3 by 4 I naught B naught by M delta T square. Okay, that is twice at least. And next also, one more good question and previous appeared questions. These are some JEE mains and other exams. Yeah. Let me give the next question. Yeah. So next also somewhat lengthy, but okay. So these models also repeated for mains and other levels. So let me read the question. A wire loop carries current I in xy plane as shown in figure. A particle of mass m, charge q, is projected from origin with a velocity v. That v is given, v value v naught by root 2. This is given in brackets. So v naught by root 2 I cap plus j cap with a velocity v. Then find question number 1, instantaneous acceleration. Okay, and if an external magnetic field B is equal to B naught I cap is applied, then find the force and torque acting on the loop due to this field. So they given a loop, wire loop is given. Okay, so see the wire loop, how they given. Let me draw the wire loop. This is O. Complete distance is R. They given this is R by 2. X, Y, current direction is given I. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they given this diagram. I'll read the question twice. Think how to solve this one. And see, first they are asking instantaneous acceleration. So because of the field, see, to get the acceleration, definitely we need to find force acting on the loop. Once we know the force acting on the loop, by using that force as a m into a, if mass is given, yeah, particle of mass m, charge q, that everything is given, so we can find acceleration easily. But before that, here they given charged particle whose charge is q, mass is m, which is moving with a speed v naught by root 2 in xy plane. I cap plus j cap means in xy plane. Before going to that, let us see what is the, and see, this is the loop and they mention this angle. These angles they given 45. So this is 90. So these two angles are clear. 45. They given these things. Now particle is moving like this. Okay, because of this magnetic field, That particle have some acceleration. Let us find the acceleration of that particle. Before that, due to this loop, you find the field at O. You know how to find out magnetic field at O because of this arc. We done already straight wire with arc concept. If we take some parts, let us suppose this is part 1, this is part 2, part 3, part 4, then B at O is possible because of 1 and because of 3. Because of 2, not possible because it is along the line. Because of 4, okay, because of 4 also not possible, okay. So you draw correctly, correct straight line. So because of 4 also it's not possible. So you draw correct straight line. Yeah. So this is 45. So these two field is not possible. Field is 0. But 193, yeah, field is possible because of 193. Let me write B at O is B at 1 and B at 3. So B1, B3 only possible. 2, 4 becomes 0. Okay. B at O, B1, straight wire formula. Recall the straight wire formula. Okay. Finite straight wire formula. Mu naught I by 4 pi d sin alpha plus sin beta. Alpha, beta are 45, 45. Okay. Distance is clear, R by 2. So, mu naught I by 4 pi d nothing but what? R by 2. D nothing but R by 2. Sin 45, sin 45. Let me write. Sin 45, sin 45. Okay. Sin 45 plus sin 45. And the loop is in xy plane. Field is into the board. Okay. And B3. What is B3? See, here due to this, the field is inward. Inward means minus k cap plus. Due to this arc makes an angle 90 degrees. So, mu naught I by 4 pi distance, 4 pi r, 4 pi r, angle is theta. Mu naught I by 4 pi d, 4 pi r into theta. Theta is pi by 2 plus k cap. Because of this, field is outward. Field is outward. So far we covered force. Now field. Okay, there is a mixed question here. Force and field. Okay. Now I got this. B naught, B0, which is equivalent to 2. So mu naught I by 4 pi r. Just you can write mu naught I by 4 pi r outside. Mu naught I by 4 pi r. Here 2 is there. 2 will come to the top. 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2. 2 by root 2. Nothing but root 2. So 2 root 2 minus k cap. Okay, minus k cap. And mu naught I by 4, this is pi by 2. So minus k cap minus 2 root 2 plus pi by 2 k cap. Just you multiply, you will get this. Just simplify it. Now minus 2 root 2 plus pi by 2. So B0 mu naught I by 4 pi r pi minus 4 root 2 by 2. So 8. This is the magnetic field at this point because of this loop. Mu naught I by 8 pi r pi minus 4 root 2. Now let me find what is the force acting on the loop because of this field. So force acting on the charged particle is, we can write Q V bar cross B bar. So force we can write it as Q V bar cross B bar. V bar. What is V bar? V naught by root 2 I cap plus J cap. Disturbing someone. Yeah. So V naught by root 2 I plus J cross B. B we got it as mu naught I by 8 pi r pi minus 4 root 2 k cap. Do the cross product of this. Okay, let me write here. So f bar, which is equivalent to q v naught mu naught I, let me write outside, q v naught mu naught I by 8 root 2 pi r, 8 root 2 pi r. Then do the cross product, I cross k. So I cross k, so I k means it is minus j. Okay, I cross k, so I j k, so I cross, what is that, I cross k, so minus j, and next j cross k, j cross k is I. Okay, minus j plus I. So I got force, and we can write the magnitude of the force. So the magnitude of the force, sorry, some value is missing, pi minus 4 root 2 is missing. Pi minus 4 root 2 minus j plus I. If I take the magnitude, this is becomes root 2 after the magnitude. So f bar, which is equivalent to q v naught mu naught I 8 root 2 pi r, pi minus 4 root 2, this is root 2 after the magnitude. Okay, so root of whole square, root 2 root 2 cancel, this f nothing but ma q v naught mu naught I 8 pi r, pi minus 4 root 2, and acceleration of the charged particle q v naught mu naught I 8 pi mr, pi minus 4 root 2 meter per second square. See, this is acceleration of charged particle. But still one more question is there here. Torque acting on this. Force is calculated. They are asking force, and next they are asking torque because of, see in the second question in this, if an external field B is equal to B naught I is applied, then torque. So anyhow, dipole moment. We know dipole moment of this loop. It is in xy plane and anti-clockwise direction. So dipole moment direction is plus k cap. So take up to the acceleration. Now the torque, to get the torque, let me finish here. To get the torque, just use m bar cross b bar. M nothing but ia k cap, because the loop is in xy plane and current carrying is anti-clockwise directions. So and cross b naught I cap. B naught I cap is given. So tau, which is equivalent to IA, area of the loop. See, this is a quadrant of a loop, because this is 90 degrees, quadrant of a loop. We need only area of this region. Only we need this region area. So how to get this region means, just area of the quadrant minus area of this triangle. Area of the quadrant. So pi r square by 4 minus area of this triangle, half into base. Base is r by 2, height is r. So half into base, and this one is r. Okay. So this is the area, and b naught, let me write k cross I. So k cross I is j. Okay, k cross I is j. So tau bar, which is equivalent to I b naught. Okay, I nothing but is I naught? No, only I. So that's not a problem. So I b naught pi r square by 4 r square by 4 k cross I is j. Okay. So finally, if I take r square by 4 outside, I b naught r square by 4 pi minus 1 j cap. is the torque acting on this loop I b naught r square by 4 pi minus 1 j cap Newton meter. See some lengthy question that is at least twice the charged particle. So because of the velocity it will have some acceleration. I got the acceleration, and because of the field some torque is acting on the loop. The torque is nothing but m bar cross b bar. Okay. Yeah. See one more standard question. So let me continue one more good question. Yeah. So see the next question. A sphere of radius capital R uniformly charged with a surface charge density sigma and rotates around the axis passing through its center with an angular velocity omega. Then find the magnetic induction at the center of the rotating sphere and also find magnetic dipole moment. So find its magnetic dipole moment. See the given sphere. Now first you decide whether the sphere is solid sphere or a hollow sphere. So they mentioned already clearly they given surface charge density. Surface charge density nothing but they given hollow sphere. Okay, if they given volume charge density, then that is nothing but solid sphere. Here in our question they given a sphere, but what sphere means? Here the sphere is hollow sphere because they given sigma clearly. So a sphere, okay, sphere of charge, so that is uniformly charged, okay, with surface charge density some sigma. So let me write this one is the sphere, hollow sphere, and this is rotated about its axis with an angular velocity omega. R is the radius. Okay, O is the center like that. R is the radius. Sigma is the surface charge density, nothing but Q by A. Okay. Now to find this type of problem, see, anyhow they are asking to find magnetic field at this point. Later they are asking magnetic dipole moment. So to get the field, let us take a small part on a sphere. So the same thing is there in system of particles and rotatory motion. To find the moment of inertia of the hollow sphere, just we are taking a small part like this. Just you take a small part. Okay, take a small part. This is R. This is a d theta. Okay, this is something theta. So this is arc length is very clear. Arc length is r d theta, arc length, that small part length is r d theta, but this is a hollow sphere. So if you take right side part, means entire part is covered because this is a hollow sphere, it's not a solid sphere. So the part is looks like this. So for hollow sphere, this is the method that I covered in system of particles and rotatory motion. So take a small part. Take a small part from the hollow sphere, means just inside empty. Take a small part. You will get some circle in shape. You will get some circular ring. Okay. If it rotates, of course that is uniformly charge is distributed. If that rotates, if charge is rotated, nothing but what? Current. So indirectly there is a current loop. For that current loop, there will be a magnetic field at this point. So if you see from the top view, From the top view, the diagram is looks like this. From the top view, if you see from the top view, the upper part is like this. So this is r cos theta, and this becomes what? R sin theta. So r sin theta, it is rotating. So some current carrying loop indirectly. And here target is to find out magnetic field at this point. And this is clear, r cos theta. From here to here is r cos theta. This is r sin theta. This is root of what? R square cos square theta, r square sin square theta, nothing but r square. Okay. So use some Biot-Savart formula. This is looks like some circular ring. Just recall the previous concept. Looks like a circular ring carries some current I and the field at a distance x. We have a formula B is equal to mu naught Ni r square by, if this is r square by 2 into x square plus r square whole power 3 by 2. So the same thing, but here diagram is like this. Now due to the small part, let me write small magnetic field dB, which is equivalent to mu naught I r square. Radius of the circle is, so radius of circle is what? R square sin square theta. So radius is clear, r square sin square theta. But current in this small part is dI. Current in the small part. Let us decide how much the current. So before going to write this formula, let me decide what is the current. Okay, we know sigma is equal to dq by what? dA. So dq is equal to sigma dA. So dq sigma dA, area of this small strip. So area of this one is 2 pi r cos theta, 2 pi r sin theta. Okay, circumference 2 pi r, nothing but r sin theta. 2 pi r sin theta into this small strip thickness, nothing but arc length, nothing but r d theta. So this is the area. Okay, dq is this much, but we know I is equals to dq by dt. Okay, dq by dt, nothing but dq into f. dq, f nothing but omega by 2 pi. Okay, so di, we can write, see, di is equals to dq omega by 2 pi. This is dq I got. So di, we can write it as, so di small current. Okay, current in that part, not small current, current in that region. So dq omega by 2 pi, dq sigma 2 pi r square sin theta d theta omega by 2 pi. So I got current in that small region is sigma r square sin theta. Okay, let me write omega in front. Omega sigma r square sin theta d theta. This is the current in this region. Means due to rotation of the charge, some current is there in the small part. That current in the region is di is equals to omega sigma r square sin theta d theta. So this is the, due to this current, due to this di current, there will be a field here. Let me find the field at this point. Now let me write dB because of di, mu naught di r square, r nothing but r square sin square theta by 2 into x square nothing but r square cos square theta plus y square, x square plus r square. So r square sin square theta, directly we can write r cube whole power 3 by 2. Okay. So this is dB mu naught. What is di? Di is this value, mu naught omega sigma r square sin theta d theta is di into r square sin square theta. Observe carefully. So r square, this is r square power 3 by 2. So r cube. R square, 1r get cancelled. Now see the calculations. If you miss anywhere, everything will gone. So dB, which is equals to mu naught omega sigma sin 1r is there, r sin cube theta d theta divided by 2. Check the values. Mu naught omega sigma r sin cube theta d theta. See, only the angle is varies. So from here, if it is taken right side, left side also covered. So take the values, apply the integration dB mu naught omega sigma r by 2 integration of 0 to pi. So 0 to pi sin cube theta d theta. If you are good in integration, this value is equivalent to 4 by 3. That is also possible. The sin cube theta d theta also possible. Just you use some substitution method. What is sin cube theta? Sin cube theta, we can write it as sin theta and sin square theta. The sin cube theta, we can write it as sin theta and sin square theta. What is sin square theta? 1 minus cos square theta. Take cos theta as something t. Take cos theta as a t. Apply the derivative. Cos theta d theta is equals to minus dt you will get. Substitute those values, you will get 4 by 3 after substituting the limits from 0 to pi. So I left this part to you. So apply the integration properly. Sin cube theta, just you write sin theta sin square theta. In the next step, that sin square theta you write 1 minus cos square theta. So integration of 0 to pi, sin square theta is 1 minus cos square theta sin theta d theta. So let us take cos theta is t. So this becomes minus sin theta d theta is equals to dt. So this part is replaced by minus dt. 0 to pi 1 minus t square and minus will come dt. Substitute t as a cos theta and apply the integration, you will get 4 by 3. Just I missed one step. This d is equals to, this is equivalent to 4 by 3 mu naught omega sigma r by 2 4 by 3, then field at center 2 by 3 mu naught omega sigma r. So this is also one good level of question. Not easy. See, related to previous concepts. This is a circular coil and this is only magnetic field. Now the target is next, magnetic dipole moment. You take this, let me continue. Dipole moment. See, here charge, everything is clear. I written with steps to try to understand each and every step. Now see, let me write magnetic dipole moment, only one step, so directly we can get the answer. Dipole moment is nothing but I into A. So due to small part, dipole moment is I into A. So di into A. What is di? Di just now we got omega sigma r square sin theta d theta. Area pi r square, r square nothing but r sin theta square. Then Apply the integration from 0 to pi. This is m omega sigma r power 4 pi, again 0 to pi sin cube theta d theta. This value clear, it is equivalent to 4 by 3. So magnetic dipole moment is 4 by 3 omega sigma r power 4 pi. Yeah. Yeah, see, one more. Yeah, one more somewhat easy, not like this. Yeah. Now, see the question. A long horizontal wire, capital AB, which is free to move in a vertical plane and carries a steady current of 20 ampere, is in equilibrium at a height of 0.01 meter over another parallel long wire CD, which is fixed in a horizontal plane and carries a steady current of 30 ampere as shown in figure. Then show that when AB is slightly depressed or displaced, then it executes oscillations, means it executes simple harmonic motion. Find the time period of oscillations. So this is okay, easy level only, not much tough. So see the diagram first. Here they given two wires, one wire, they given the wire like this, carries current 20 ampere. Okay, let us suppose I1 current, that's better. This is A, B, and another wire is fixed, that is C, D, which is fixed, rigidly fixed, carries 30 ampere, and they are separated by some 0.01 meter gap. Let us suppose the gap between these two is something h, because one above the other is there, I am taking h. Otherwise R, that's not a problem. So the gap between the wires is h, because you know those two are carries currents in opposite direction. Definitely they will repel with each other. If they carries the currents in same direction, they will attract with each other. You know all these things. Here they carry currents in opposite direction, they will repel with each other. Here at equilibrium or weight of the body, if m is the mass of the wire, then force due to gravity will act downwards and magnetic force, no doubt at all, acts upwards. Okay, at equilibrium means when the wire is at a height h, then we can balance the two forces. So force due to the gravity is mg, which is equivalent to force. This is force per length I am writing, force per unit length. So force per unit length. So otherwise length as 1 meter like that. So per length I am finding, conditions apply. So per length I am finding. Otherwise, if any confusion, just you write I1 I2 L by 2 pi H. Keep equation 1. That's better. Certain length, L is the length. Okay, certain region. Okay, now later what they done is, this wire is displaced slightly, depressed slightly, if it is pulled down and released. Okay, same type of concepts are there in electrostatics. Two charged particles, one is plus Q, one is plus Q, another one is minus Q placed. If it is moved right side and left side, or if it is moved up and down, if they released, then the charged particle execute oscillations, and the charged particle have a time period. By using force, left side, right side force, and by taking that force as a ma, we got acceleration. Once we know acceleration, that is no doubt proportional to minus x in some cases, and once we decided as acceleration is proportional to minus x, nothing but negative displacement, then we know that that body is in simple harmonic motion. You know all these simple conditions. Here also the same thing. If it is displaced slightly, let us suppose the wire is displaced by something x. Let the wire displaced, depressed, displaced, whatever, displaced by some x, such that that x is much less than h. That like that I am displacing, little moving down and released. Then that wire will execute oscillations. This wire will execute oscillations. If it is displaced by something x, then remaining gap is very clear, h minus x. Okay, very small displacement I given, very small. Keep in mind x less than h, like that I am giving. Now the wire will move up and down. It will execute some oscillations. Now the net force acting on the wire, we can write as, no doubt, that is restoring force. So net force is, we can write, so otherwise net force is some mg if it is displaced down and released. If it move up and down, so you can put negative, that is restoring force. So force between the wires is mu naught, okay, let me write minus because restoring force. So mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi, gap is h minus x minus mg. This is the restoring force, and this is very clear, ma minus mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi, mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi, we can write it as mgh. So from this equation, mgh, okay, mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi. So from 1, mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi, let's write mgh by h minus x minus mg. Okay, so if I take g common, h by h minus h minus 1. So acceleration A is equals to minus g h minus h plus x by h minus x. So A is equals to minus x by h minus x into g. But as x which is less than h, then we can write h minus x approximately equivalent to h, because x is much less than h. Okay, from 1 minus 0.001, so almost equivalent to like 0.99, nothing but 1. So h minus x replaced by h. So A is equals to, we can write in another way, otherwise you can substitute this value. So we can write x by h into g. Okay, so this we can write it as A is equals to minus g by h, let me write here only, g by h into x. So acceleration proportional to displacement and opposite in direction. So definitely that body executes SHM. So compare equation 2 with regular equation A is equals to minus omega square x. Therefore, omega square is equals to G by H. So, omega root of G by H 2 pi by T. No need of these many, directly you know already these things. So, G by H. Now, the time period is 2 pi root of H by G, L by G, H by G. So that is the time period equation. Substitute H value. H is the gap at equilibrium. So 2 pi, this is 0.01. Take this is 9.8. 9.8 pi approximately straight cancelled. 9.8 if you take out 3.14. So pi and 9.8 cancelled. 0.01 is nothing but 0.1. Now the time period is 0.2 seconds. So some good level of questions are going on. Practice all these questions twice or thrice. Okay, practice number of times. Apply the same methods for other questions. Okay, for other level of JEE questions and mains questions, NEET level questions or whatever. But apply this type of concept and extension for other type of questions from any type of book. Okay, so see how I am extending, how I am changing the steps. See, here x is less than h, I took h minus x as h. Approximately equal, that's why I am taking h minus x, nearly equivalent to h. So finally, h by g I got 2 by root of L by g, h by g. Then finally I got t is equals to 0.2 seconds.